Back here in Fellsmere Headwaters, and checking out the conditions. It's the end of November, and looking good so far. First fish of the day. Took me down the weeds. I have no idea what it is. That's the thing is, they're going to take you down deep in this stuff, and what you got to do, basically, you got to get back on this and see what's see what's going on. Hey, it's a little one. Hey. This is the baby right here, but just kind of shows that you know, they're reproducing. First fish of the day, little sucker. But what I'm doing today, trying to figure out where the fish are. So I'm using a DOA. It's a 4-inch paddle tail with a chartreuse tail. This is a great bait. It's got a weight. I think this is a 7/0, and it's got a good sized weight underneath. I'm not sure the exact weight, but this is a good search bait. I'm able to cast this, cover a lot of water quickly, and find out where the fish are, and then from there I'll work it with top water or work it with worms or snake coils. So good start. Now let's see if we can get the big in. Okay, guessing that PT7. Got a nice one. It took me around this island of weeds, so I got to get around it so I can get this bass in. Not huge, but there we go. Whoa, that's nice. Nicer bass. There we go. PT7, that's a topwater bait right there. And come on, buddy. That's a PT7. Great for this vegetation. I love it. There you go. Another bass. Okay. There you go. Bass are hungry today. Getting them on everything so far. Not the big ones, but the big ones are there. Just got to weed through a bunch of little ones. Oh, it's a better. Okay. Oh yeah. Get this boy. Getting better. There you go. Getting better. Oh yeah. Getting a little. That's getting a little better there. A little chunk. Go, number 40. And most of the fish came in the last hour. So it's almost 12 o'clock. So, you know, I get out here early. Well, because it takes a long time to get out here, but really, best fishing I found, like 11 o'clock till sunset. All right. Well, it's 1:30. I finished fishing, 1 o'clock, started paddling back, and not bad. Had 47 bass. Biggest one, 4 to 5 pounds. So nothing big, but a lot of quality 2 and 3 pounders. And you know, if you can catch 30 or more 2 to 3 pounders, I'm happy with that. And there's been some small ones mixed in, but total was it 47 bass. So incredible day, it really was. The water's getting better. It's getting a little bit better. Now, one of the key points here, I heard some people coming out here and they struggle a little bit. The thing is here, like today, it's blowing 10 to 15. So it's blowing pretty good. So if you go to a good spot and you find a good spot, it's really hard to hold it. What you want to do is make sure you got an anchor. I got a little, it's a dive weight. I can drop this down on a little piece of cord. I'd only have like 8 feet of line. That'll hold me in a spot, and that's what I did today. Because all the bass that I got were just 2 spots. I just went to 2 spots, and what I was looking for was current. With all this wind, I was looking for wind current, I was looking for clean water, and I was looking for some hard bottom. Because if you look around this area, man, everything looks good. But I'd say all the bass are in like 2% of the water. So you got to find that spot, that 2%. And it really isn't that hard. You just got to paddle along, look, try different spots as you go. But if you got a windy day like today, it's blowing 10 to 15 out of the southwest, and you get a current flow. I'm looking for areas between islands where the current is being pushed through. The bass will stack up in those areas, and that's what I found today. And the baits that I've been using is weedless. Everything I throw is weedless out here, because even though if you look, it looks like there's a lot of open water, a lot of weed in there. Number one bait was the DOA, and that's the 4-inch paddle tail. That by far is the best bait I used today. You cover an awful lot of water with it. That's what I like. It's a good search bait. You just cast it out, you reel it in. You don't have to do anything fancy with it. You just reel it in, they hit it, they eat it. Another one, it was a very good bait when I found some areas where I had a drop off, was a snake coil. And as this thing just coils up on itself, it's not a worm, it's actually an imitation of a snake, and when you stop it, it'll actually curl up on itself, drives the bass nuts. I do have a bullet weight, and I got it pinched with a toothpick. Oh gosh, about 1 foot or so. I might vary it. And I just, like I say, just the old style worm hook. You know, it's not a wide gap hook at all. And because the bait is a real thin bait, and that has worked. Also, I threw some top water. Top water I was throwing. Again, I throw weedless out here. It's just too many weeds out here. I could throw this into a bunch of junk, hydrilla and stuff, work this thing through. Did get a few bass on it this morning, but I was getting a lot more hits on a 4-inch paddle tail, so I kind of stuck with that. But I did get a few bass on this. Had a couple of good blow-ups. Great little bait. So those are the baits that I use. And, you know, you guys should get out here. The fishing here is only going to get better. Like I say, the biggest bass was 4 pound, 4 to 5 pounds, somewhere in that range. They are going to get a lot bigger as the winter comes. The water's clearing up. It's a lot better than the last time I was out here. So till next time, this is Pete Hinks, still looking for that 12 pounder, but I know I'm going to find it out here. We'll see you.